If you want to win some RC races, you need to watch this video because I'm going to share 3 simple things that you can do before you go to the racetrack that can really give you an advantage when it comes time to racing. And this is the first part of a little 3-part series I'm shooting on how to get more competitive, faster, more consistent running your RC cars. I have my track assistant behind me here, but number 1, the first thing I want to talk about is getting more practice. And I'm down here on my off-road track, getting in some practice with my new Nitro buggy. And really what I'm working on is just kind of tuning the thing, getting used to driving it, setting up the brakes a little bit, and getting some good quality radio time. In racing, the old saying goes, there's no substitute for seat time. And in RC, there's no substitute for radio time. Go out and get more of it. That's number 1. Now, let's take it a step farther and really talk about practicing intentionally, because I think if you guys do some intentional practice, you'll be that much faster. Number 1, practice like you want to race. Put the car out there, try to, number 1, not make mistakes, and then build speed from there. A lot of times what I've found, especially racing, is if I back off 3 to 5% from an aggression standpoint, the car is actually faster because I'm being more efficient, putting the car where I want it, and eliminating those mistakes. So smooth is fast, and you got to practice like you're going to race, because here when you're practicing, you're going to be building the habits that you take into a race. Now, I know for me, I've got a track here at my house. You could say it's really easy to go out and practice, but it comes down to, do you want to get better? Do you want to find time to put in the work to where once you get to the racetrack, it doesn't feel like you're just trying to kind of get back in the groove. It feels like, okay, I'm ready to go. And the best drivers are out there sneaking in practice when they can, so they're competitive as soon as they hit the racetrack. Another thing you can do to be a little bit more intentional with your practice is make sure you get your lap times, okay? I've got a little lap monitor personal timing system that works pretty well. Just like a professional golfer you see carrying around a launch monitor, it's a system that you can use relatively affordably to get good data on things like consistency, setup changes, and all sorts of stuff. And when you're practicing, you should be changing things up, whether it be tires, shocks, diff oils, whatever it may be, to figure out little setup changes that might make you faster. And if you have a lap timer, then you can really kind of directly see whether it worked or it didn't. Now, number 2, and another thing that's going to go hand in hand with practice and testing, is you got to make sure you're maintaining these things before you hit the race. Things like bearings, hinge pins, make sure all that stuff is rolling free and everything in the car is moving as it should. Nothing's bent, nothing's bound up. Diff fluids, shocks rebuilt, everything like that. I just threw some clutch shoes in this thing before I ran the last couple tanks, so that clutch is nice and fresh for tomorrow's race, and this thing is going to be good to go. So make sure that car is firing on all cylinders, so to speak, and you are ready for the race. I know that's probably a no-brainer, but these are the things that you don't want to get lackadaisical on if you're going out there trying to win races, chase championships, whatever it may be, and that's going to give you the best chance at winning. All right, guys, number 3, and the last thing I want to share with you is to be smart with your budget, especially if you're tight on funds and you're trying to be competitive in a championship or a series, whatever it may be, and you're struggling to get to the racetrack. Spend money on the smart stuff, okay? Tires, batteries for you electric guys. Make sure you really prioritize what you're spending your money on. Beautiful bodies are great. This car has some cool stuff like anodized rods. It's got some bling to it, which I personally wouldn't spend the money on, but I picked this thing up used, and I'm a big supporter of buying things used because you can get them at such a great deal on RC stuff. It's a great way to either get into a second class or get a nicer radio or just get into RC in general, because realistically, I got this thing for about half price. Won't get into the specifics, but it's a great way to get some good RC stuff at a discount, okay? What I would spend money on is things like these light and shock towers that improve the performance. I know in 10 scale stuff, some of the times they're brass weights or bulkheads or whatever it may be to make the front of the car handle better and be stronger. So be smart about your budget, and a 1-color body is going to look a lot better in victory lane than this beautiful body finishing 10th because I didn't spend money on tires, okay? This thing is beautiful, but the reality is you can't see it from more than 5 feet away. So on the racetrack, as long as I can tell which is mine, That's the most important thing. Another quick pro tip, I like the white wing, white wheels because it's really easy to see on the racetrack, especially at night, okay? So get that practice in, make sure your cars are maintained, and spend your money wisely. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see the next 2 parts of this video series of how to get faster, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.